Hey everyone, I wanted to pop on live really quick. I did just post this, but there wasn't a picture attached, and Instagram and Facebook and social media and their algorithms and blah, 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 blah. So I kind of wanted to come on and talk about this in a little bit more in depth, just kind of to follow up and kind of close out the attachment conversation that I have been having for about 6 weeks, ever since I buzzed my head. So for those of you, I've got a bunch of new followers. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Karen Terrace. I am a transformational consultant, and I am here to help you live your life in a whole life alignment so that you can become the person that your soul was born to be. I really truly believe that when you take care of yourself first, that everyone wins, and that is just the message that I want to share. And the thing that I have been working on, my self-care piece, if you would, for the last 6 weeks or so, is attachment. And a lot of you heard the story about my cat. So my cat, Zigzag, I've had him for 11 years. I got him in July 4th of 2007. So yeah, it's been 11 years. He's 11 years old now. And he went missing the week of Memorial Day. So I saw him a couple of days after Memorial Day, and we hadn't seen him for like a week at that point, actually. And when we brought him in, he didn't eat. He didn't eat anything. We brought him straight to his bowl, and he pretty much wanted to leave again really quickly. Say hi when you pop on. Hey, Doug. So he came home. He came home 6 weeks ago and was home for, a day or so, and was lounging around the porch, but he wasn't eating anything. And then he was gone. The next day I tried to pick him up. I remember we were all on our way to school or something, and I was like, oh, my kitty, and I went to give him a love, and he actually jumped off of the porch and went away, and I was like, okay, bye, see you later. I'll see you later. And then I didn't see him later. That night we actually buzzed our heads. We had been told by our life coach that we didn't need a therapist anymore, that we had both reached a really good point in our lives, in our marriage, and we just decided right then, okay, we've been in therapy for 5 years now, on and off, and now we don't need it anymore. And it wasn't like huge, intense therapy. It was just really nice, really. For the last couple of years, it's just been really nice once a month to go and have a conversation about the things that have been bothering us. But we didn't really need it anymore, and she could see that. So as soon as she told us that we didn't need therapy anymore, I called up my hairdresser, we buzzed our heads. I didn't even put it all together that I was buzzing my head to get rid of attachments, and that same day my cat went missing. And it took 2 weeks before I even posted on social media that he was missing, because he would go missing for a week at a time before, and he'd come back. I wasn't really that worried. But this time he came, like I said, he came back, and then he didn't eat, and then he left again. And I thought at one point after posting on social media that he had gotten hit. Actually, someone posted a reply to my post in the Utah lost and found pets area, and the cat looked like my cat, and I freaked out, and for about 12 minutes cried my eyes out, was convinced that my cat was dead, didn't even think about the fact that this cat that had been found dead was 20 miles away in Highland Alpine, so past point of the mountain compared to where my house is. And my husband looked at the pictures and was like, it's not him. And I ended up meditating the next day and having a really good, just a really peaceful feeling. He's not dead. He's been your familiar for the last 10 years. You've really grown. My family's grown. We have other cats. He is just somewhere else taking care of someone else who needs him. And he's around, and if he ever needs to come back, he will. And don't worry about it. And that's kind of where I was at. I didn't make any posters to put around the neighborhood. None of that stuff. And pretty much just resolved that some little old lady must have put out a cat food can for him, and maybe she's not letting him leave again, or even if she is, he's just having a better time with her because it's quiet and whatever. And I just let it go. I let it be. Then today, or let's see. Oh, and then last week or the week before, probably last week actually, I told the owner of this spiritual metaphysical shop that I go to, Sacred Energy in Murray. I was chatting with the owner and told her this story about Zigzag, and she did what she does and took a little pause and was like, yep, he found a new home and he's happy and safe, and whenever they come home and don't eat anything and then leave again, that means that they found a new home. And I believed her because she's obviously a lot of cats. She's an older lady, and so I just felt really calm and just really at peace with what she was telling me. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, today I'm at the park and the people for his microchip call me and tell me that he's been found. And I missed the call. Actually, I was on hold trying to call them back when my husband Ryan texted me and was like, hey, so they just called me. This is the phone number for the people that have Zigzag. And I called, and this old gentleman picks up and says, yeah, he's been here for about a month or so, and we were trying to actually get a different cat that looked like he was injured. We were putting food out for him, and we have a couple of cats, and he's kind of never left, but he's a super sweetheart, and just everything. I was like, yeah, that's my cat. He's super sweet. He wants to love on everyone. And I told him what my address was, and the guy was all like, wow, that's super, super close to me, actually. And so I was able to go and pick Zigzag up just a few minutes ago, about 10 minutes ago. I went and got him. And as soon as he saw me, he tried to run away. He tried to jump off. He was on the back porch, so he hadn't been like being cooped up like I thought. And it wasn't just a little old lady. It was a little old lady and a little old man. And the man had, I don't know, Parkinson's maybe. He had tremors and like was having a little bit of difficulty walking. So I really felt like, oh, Zigzag's just here taking care of this gentleman who's obviously home all day. And they had two other cats. I have two other cats, but Zigzag's never really liked them. So the fact that he was getting along with these two other cats, and they also had dogs, and kept coming back to this house, just kept kind of reaffirming to me that he wanted to be there. And as soon as, like I said, as soon as Zigzag saw me, he was laying on the porch, just stretching out the way that he does. The second he saw me, he tried to run away. And I picked him up, and I said, oh, Zigzag, and he's just running. And I knew he wasn't going to bite me. He's always been a very vocal cat. But it was like, it's like when you go pick up your toddler from a play date, and they're like, I don't want to go home. That's essentially the vibration that my cat was putting off. So as I was leaving, I was like, so, you know, he might come back. And honestly, I have 3 kids and 2 other cats. And if he's happier here, I don't want to just keep coming back to get him for him to come back. So if he comes back, I might not call him. If you want to call me to come get him, that's fine. But like, I think he's made his choice. And the old guy was like, that's fine. Just know he's being taken care of, and you can call us or whatever it was. I don't think he really got what I was saying exactly, that I probably wasn't going to try to call again if he left for a long time. But yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. And I brought him home, like I said, and he came out of the house and again, or out of his cage, and just, again, this feeling. I followed him down the stairs. I was trying to pet him and love him, and he was just like, and hissing. And again, I know my cat's not going to bite me, but it was really this very strong, like, what the fuck? Why am I here? What happened? And what had happened was that the couple had actually finally gotten the other injured cat that they were looking to try to bring in, finally came close enough for them to get him, and they figured they would bring Zigzag as well to make sure that there was nothing wrong with him. And it's vet protocol, if a lost cat gets found, to check for a microchip. And we knew this. This is the reason why we weren't stressing about where he was, because we knew that if they were find cats on the side of the road, or if they get brought into vets, they always get checked, and we knew our information was up to date, and we just hadn't heard from him. So we were like, oh, well, someone kept him. He's a sweet cat. He's a good cat. So someone must have kept him. And that's exactly what had happened, except for they weren't keeping him. He was keeping them. He had found a new home that was calmer. Like I said, little old man, little old lady, and no kids, nothing like that. So the reason why I named this Attachments Be Damned is because there's no way a year ago, 18 months ago, any of that I would have been so at peace with the fact that my cat's probably not going to stay here. that he's probably going to make it until one of the kids doesn't think about it and opens the door for him, or, you know, Ryan's going to be home in a couple of days from being out of town, he'll let him out. I have this very strong feeling that my cat has decided that his home is with this little old man and little old lady, you know, 3 streets away. And it's okay. He doesn't need to be here. He doesn't need to be at the house with us anymore, because he's also, you know, we don't think about cats or dogs as having consciousness in the same level as humans do, but at the same time we know that they have a personality and they're able to make some choices. And the fact that they weren't keeping him inside the house, they were allowing him to go and come as he pleased, and he never came home in 6 weeks, just really confirms to me that he's not our cat anymore. And while that makes me sad a little bit, because I do have a lot of memories with him, I'm not attached to it. I'm not like gonna make sure, oh, don't let him out, or call that couple the second that he goes missing for another week, or, you know, I'm just at peace with it. And it's a really, really big relief to me to know that, because it was a missing piece of this whole puzzle that kind of came full circle in the last week. A lot of you heard also that right around the time that Zigzag went missing actually was when that huge hailstorm occurred, and my garden almost got decimated, and my grandfather was actually in the hospital at the same time. And most of you know my grandfather passed away 2 days ago, and now here Zigzag is back, but probably not, and my garden is actually doing amazing. I haven't done an update of that, but a month ago I was barely on this journey of letting go of attachments. I was barely comprehending how important it was for me to be able to be at peace and allow for anything to happen, even if it wasn't what I wanted, even if it was a screaming toddler, even if it was 2 bugs fighting next to each other, whatever it was. I was freaked out 6 weeks ago when I buzzed my head. Like, that was the most terrifying thing I had ever done. I buzzed my hair from 27 inches to practically my scalp live on Facebook, and started this process of releasing. And my cat went missing, and my grandpa got sick, and my garden got hailed on with golf balls. Like, I'm talking, like, these were huge hailstorms, but you weren't walking out there to try to save your garden. It just wasn't happening. And now here we are a whole month later, right in between the new moon and the full moon, and everything has completed itself. Everything has come to a resolution. The garden is amazing. It's flourishing. I've already collected some tomatoes and a couple of cucumbers. There's peppers. There's a pumpkin. There's all these things growing in the garden. My grandfather, he did pass, but he was in so much pain, and now he's at peace. He's with his love. He's where he needs to be. And my cat, I know where he is, and if he goes missing again, I know where he is, and I know he's being taken care of. So there's 3 things that all started when I kind of shaved my head, and all have come to a resolution in only a month. And I'm completely fine with it. I'm able to tell you about my grandfather passing without crying. I'm able to talk about Zigzag probably leaving again without crying. This is what I mean by reaching a level of whole life alignment. It's this peace, it's this tranquility, it's this knowledge that everything that's happening is something that I've called forth into my life, and a learning process. And then once you reach that level, another thing's going to happen. I'll probably be live here in 2 days talking about something else crazy that has exploded in my life, but it's okay, because I'm going to continue to take accountability for all of my actions. I'm going to continue to be empowered by everything. I'm going to continue to do whatever it takes, no matter what, to achieve my goals. And attachments be damned, because even attachments as strong as the ones to your garden that you've spent hundreds of dollars on, your grandfather that has been around your whole life, obviously, your cat, all these attachments, they're there, the attachment exists, but our perception of what that attachment actually means, that's the part that needs to be damned. That's the part that we're not seeing right. We perceive all of these attachments as black and white when it's really a gray situation, and again, something that you've called into your life. I apparently got my cat 11 years ago. 11. For those of you into numerology, it's very, very intense to know that it was 11 years ago. I got him 11 years ago just for him to teach me this lesson about attachments, and just to teach me how to be at peace when sad things happen, because it's what's meant to be, and to not be attached to the outcome of anything. You know, whether that's my course launching or going to Hawaii in a month with 3 kids and having no fucking clue what that's going to look like, or, you know, Ryan's starting to travel more for work, and what is that going to be like for us? All of these what if, these things that I used to worry about, and anxiety and depression and stress. It's not there. It doesn't exist. I've ascended beyond that level because those attachments weren't serving me, and now I only work towards serving my highest good, no matter what. No matter what. Even if that means my cat that I found after 6 weeks is gone again tomorrow. So thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful day. And if I can leave you with one thing to do, it would be to find an attachment in your life and try to surrender it and see what happens. Okay, love you. Bye.